Clan Tremere is a hollow reflection of its former glories. With the pyramid decapitated and its leadership scattered, Tremere traditionalists look to one vampire for authority. Former Justicar Karl Schrekt. The legend within his own clan, and the Camarilla, Schrekt hunted vampires before his embrace in 1235. For centuries, he acted as the Camarilla's weapon against the Sabbat, Anarchs, and occult menaces. He suppressed and destroyed lore regarding Antediluvians, eliminated countless threats to the Masquerade, and did it all without mercy. He earned his share of disciples, but few enemies. Those he got, he killed. Now, he's one of the eldest Tremere remaining. Schrekt's descendants largely follow their ancestors' hardline clan and sect views, enforce the traditions, strengthen the clan, and hide the secrets of blood magic from other vampires. Greetings, kindred. I am Voivode Maquette, and welcome back to our World of Darkness. And tonight, we're going over the Descendant of Karl Schrekt Loresheet, which is a Tremere-specific Loresheet found in the Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition core book. This one is very fun because it talks about hardline traditional Tremere, where in 5th edition, the Tremere have become so scattered that they're more playable than they have been in the past. A character who takes this lore sheet will most likely play somebody who's more on a traditional bend of who the Tremere were back before 5th edition happened. So this one is for you hardline traditionalists out there. Investing 1 dot into this lore sheet gets you Remember the House. Once per story, you can ask the storyteller for 1 piece of information regarding the activities of House Tremere or the clan before its grievous injury. With this lore sheet, I would actually just state that if you know anything about the way Tremere were beforehand, go ahead and use that standard knowledge. But it also does give you the option of looking at your storyteller and saying, hey, do I know anything that might serve useful right now concerning how the Tremere used to do things? This could be anything from the embrace with the cup to the relationship with the bloodline of gargoyles to what the different enemies of the clan were. Not take it into consideration that, like, if somebody comes up to you and says, oh, it's a Tremere, I'd like to have a conversation with you, understanding whether or not that person's clan is part of your clan enemies might actually be important for your own survival. Investing 2 dots into this lore sheet gets you Hardliner. Schrekt's way is the only way forward for your clan. You follow Schrekt's law fanatically. With the storyteller's agreement, add 2 dice to any dice pools when testing to resist attempts to sway you from Schrekt's goals. The second point here actually is interesting because it has more to do with keeping your character honest for who they are at character creation. This one gives you points to stop from letting people convince you that there might be another way. Hardliner is the same thing as saying stubborn asshole. Investing 3 dots into this lore sheet gets you Ritual Preparedness. Allegedly, Karl Schrekt prepares all of his rituals in advance and keeps several such pre-prepared rituals about his person at all times. Once per story, you may perform 1 of your rituals in 5 minutes without preparation, having done all the preparations beforehand. Ritual preparedness does save you a lot of time. It basically makes it so that you have everything just ready to go. And some of these rituals can take a while to do, to prepare and get everything ready. All you have to do is get out what you already worked on, meditate on it for like 5 minutes, and break the bottle or light something on fire or whatever. Basically, you don't have to do anything to make a ritual go off, except spend the 5 minutes to reacclimate yourself to the idea. This can come in handy, especially with higher level rituals. Investing 4 dots into this lore sheet gets you Archon's Bane. You find Schrekt's targeting of supernatural entities deplorable, and you have formed a tight bond with a member of another supernatural background. You have a 4-dot ally, a mage, werewolf, wraith, changeling, or something even stranger. You must keep your friends safe, as they are being hunted. Once per story, they come to your aid within 1 to 10 hours when called. Considering the direction that this lore sheet is going into, Archon's Bane is interesting. Because it's all like, oh god, hardline dedication, I'm going to follow everything that Schrekt says. And then all of a sudden the 4th dot is, I have something that he would not approve of. As awesome as it sounds, like having a werewolf pop out who's going to fight for you, or a mage who might be able to do some magic for you or something like that, really does come... It's obviously a benefit. But I just don't feel like it fits this lore sheet. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it really feels like the Descendant of Karl Schrekt lore sheet should be all about dedication to Schrekt and the way he does things. Investing 5 dots in this lore sheet gets you Know the World. Karl Schrekt believed knowledge is power, and that vampires who limit their learning to the study of fellow kindred are fools. Whether Schrekt's puppet or nemesis, you agree with his assessment and keep archives on werewolves, magi, wraiths, fae, and other weird entities. This collection equates to a 3-dot haven library. Pick 3 suitable specialties of occults. Although you might not store your reference materials in your haven. Also, once per story, you can ask the storyteller to answer any simple question related to such creatures. See, this one sounds more like it. The idea that your character has studied on these creatures. I'm not sure about the friendship which comes previously, but the idea that they studied, that they know a lot, to the point where you can literally just ask a simple question and get an answer truthfully from your storyteller, that is very, very useful. And having a 3-dot library added to your haven, regardless of whether or not it's in the location where you actually sleep or not, is massively, massively useful. The Descendants of Karl Schrekt, you obviously are in his bloodline. You come from him. You are a few generations separated from Karl Schrekt. And in this, the way that they have it worded, you can either like him or loathe him. Support him or want to bring him down. But either way, you have definitely learned a lot by being a relative. And with that, the various benefits could come in handy depending on how you want to play. I would actually love to play an Anarch, an Obsessimus Tremere, with this lore sheet, using everything that I know against the Camarilla because of someone who is so important to them. House Karna Tremere, also, believing that everyone should have access to magic if they truly love it, is a very interesting concept when you're playing a descendant of such a hardliner. Anyway, I am Voivode Maquette. Thank you for joining me in this review for the Descendant of Karl Schrekt lore sheet, which can be found in the Vampire the Masquerade core book for 5th edition. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Good evening.